equipment. Well, you need a really big bowl, and you're going to need measuring cups, measuring spoons. You can use cookie cutters if you want to. I'll give you an idea on how to do that. You're going to need a spatula, a knife to cut everything up with. I'm going to be using one of these, which is a silicone sheet, but you can use parchment paper instead. That's perfectly fine to use parchment paper. Oops, you're going to need a rolling pin and a pan to cook everything on. Seitan, that's a wheat gluten product. Broth, celery, flax meal, rye bread, with or without seeds, doesn't matter, mushroom gravy, tofu, onions, carrots, parsley, sage, oregano. Now, if yours is not fresh, that's okay. You can use dried spices. That's perfectly fine. And pepper and a puff pastry. And turn on the oven. This recipe is so great. This is going to be the centerpiece of your meal, and it's very easy to make, and you can make it exotic as you want. You can do special things if you want to with the puff pastry, or you don't have to. I already have my croutons in here. If you have not let your bread out, you can put them in the oven at 350 degrees for like 5 minutes, and they're going to come out nice and hard like croutons. And I'm going to put my seitan right on top. I bought my seitan. You can make it yourself. You just need vital wheat gluten. You can find that in a lot of natural health food sections of different stores. Or you can just buy your own seitan because it's really fast and easy to work that way. And I'm going to put that on top so it immediately begins to soak in to my croutons while I'm getting the rest of it together. Now I'm going to steam my veggies together. I just want them to break down a little bit, and then I can add the spices to them, and I don't want them really overcooked. So I'm just going to do a few minutes with them. So now I'm going to add the rest of my ingredients. So those are all my veggies. And my broth. And my egg replacer. My substitute for any of the eggs, of course, is flax meal. And I'm going to mix it up so that the flax meal gets in with the liquids and everything can kind of talk to each other for a little bit. Now I'm going to mash in my tofu. Once the tofu is a little broken up, then just get in there and just scrunch everything around. It makes everything, it's just going to be fantastic. And it really gets all of the stuff mixed a lot faster. You can take 20 minutes to do this thing. Boom, finished. Okay, so now I have my silicone sheet, or you can put a piece of parchment paper down on here, and then you can put your stuff on. You can separate the seitan from the stuffing. That's one way to do it. I did that one year where I took the seitan and I put that on the bottom and then I laid this stuff on top. It was really nice, but I didn't really find a point to it. I have to be perfectly honest. It just didn't matter. It certainly didn't matter to my guests. So now you want to kind of pull it in and make it into a loaf. And you can center that. Okay? And now I'm ready to put on the gravy. The gravy that I use for this, I make about twice as thick as I usually do. And because it is a holiday, I make it with shiitake as well as white button mushrooms. And now I'm just going to pour it on top. I'm going to mix it in a little bit just so it's not right sitting on top, but I'm not going to mash it in all. And I'm just working that gravy in just a little bit. I'm not getting crazy about it because having it on top, it seeps all the way through. Now we're going to get our puff pastry ready.
To tell you the truth, I never even looked up a recipe to how to roll out puff pastry. I just thought, kind of looks like pie dough to me. So I just grabbed my puff pastry and I started rolling it out. Now what I do is I take flour, I cover a big area with some flour, just some regular all-purpose flour, and then I put it on my rolling pin, and then I start rolling it out. Okay? Make sure that you turn it over. You want to roll it out, but you want to make sure that it doesn't get too sticky on any one side. And in different directions. You want to roll it on diagonals. You really want this thing to be nice and thin.
Now I'm going to lay my puff pastry on top. And I'm actually going to kind of curl it on the side. And make sure that everything is in. I'm going to make sure everything is covered. Now I'm going to use my pumpkin cookie cutter and cut a couple of pumpkins to go around the sides. This is my third turkey that I'm cutting out. And that's going to go on top because we love turkeys. I don't know if you've ever seen a real wild turkey, but they're really pretty. And now with a little bit of water, I'm going to put my turkeys and my pumpkins on. And just a little dab of water. You can also get your kids involved, and that's fun too. Now it's ready to bake. And I'm going to put on a silicone sheet for the first 10 minutes to 20 minutes of baking. Okay, so why do I put this on parchment paper or silicone or something like that? First of all, I can wrap the whole thing all up and when I put it in the oven. So that's the first thing. And that helps me make sure that everything's cooking inside, but the exterior isn't burning. Now, when you are done with dinner, what's also really simple is you can just take that silicone sheet, wrap it around, and either put it in foil or plastic or something, and you can put it right into your freezer. So if we ate half of it, and I knew we were going to eat it the next day, then it was really easy just to wrap it up, put it in the fridge, pull it back out, and heat it in the oven. If you heat it in the microwave, be very judicious about how long you leave it in. That puff pastry can just have a very weird reaction in the microwave. So if you do it in the microwave, that's okay, but just only 30 seconds or a minute, and then check it to make sure it's the right temperature. Okay, I serve this with a little bit of cranberry sauce and some of the gravy. Make sure when you serve it, pull out the cloves because you don't want people eating the cloves. Mmm, yum. Mmm, yum. Mmm, this is really good. This is really good. If you have someone who likes gooey, anybody who's a Goop King, this is, yep, it's a winner.